Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. We broadcasting live after the Kentucky Ole Miss contest. Kentucky barely pulled it off, but they did pull it off 75-66. And we just going to talk about it a little bit. If you in the chat, if you watching, put something in the chat so I know who you are, so I know who I'm talking to. And so we can start this thing off. The first thing that I definitely want to say is it was glaringly obvious that Cason Wallace wasn't out there. His presence was dearly missed, I'll say that. It kind of put a lot of pressure on the other guys. And, we got some guys that ain't really been playing that great lately. CJ Frederick still hasn't been able to, get himself in the game, so to speak. He's just struggling right now, man. He can't, like I said, I think it's just because of his hand, but he just can't really find the rhythm right now. Let me see what his numbers were. CJ, did he even make a basket? No, he did not. He only shot 2 times. Played 20 minutes, and not to harp on my guy, man, because I love CJ. Like I said, I think he's been playing a much better defense lately. He like some of the broadcasters were saying, like he's probably a vocal leader for the team. He definitely does a lot of things that I think are positive for the team, but he's just been playing bad. I think his hand is just causing him to not be able to shoot. He still played a lot. He still played 20 minutes. I ain't gonna say that it hurt or helped. Is anybody in the chat though? I can't tell if the chat is actually working or not. Let me see. Let me type something and see if anybody's in here. Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah, let me know who all in here, man, so we can get this thing going. But yeah, we gotta definitely salute Antonio Reeves. Ryan Kelly, what's up? What you think about Antonio Reeves' play tonight? It actually shocked me because I felt like finally he was doing Daryl Williams, what up, family? But yeah, I think Antonio was finally playing somewhere similar to what I was expecting. Yeah, good win. It was an ugly win though. Like I think around the 9-minute mark, I'll say after the 10 minutes is when we kind of sealed the victory, if you will, in my opinion. I definitely think it was in question. Yeah, Ryan, he definitely, he's finally starting to get comfortable, I think. I watched a lot of his clips this summer, and I thought he was going to be a straight killer. He looked really good in the pick and roll, but he ain't really had an opportunity to play much pick and roll here. But I actually think he, the couple times that he got to do it tonight, he looked really good in it. So hopefully, when they go back and watch some of the film, they will actually start to utilize that more, because I think that's one of his strengths, because I don't know if he's really good at just like facing somebody up and getting buckets on people. But if you get him some looks and get him in the pick and roll situation, I think he can give you something respectable every night. Now, he might not go for 27 every night, but if he can give us a solid 15 every night, and that would be, that would be major for this team, because it just seems like we just don't have enough guys that we can consistently count on to score for us. Jacob actually put together a solid game. In the beginning, he started off kind of slow, but then he sort of found his way, found his pace in the game. He ended up with 18. He shot good. He shot 7 for 14. So I was pretty pleased with Toppin's effort. Oscar Tshiebwe had a quiet 14 and 11. he didn't really shoot the ball as much as he normally does. They didn't really get him a whole lot of good looks. He still got 9 shots. He hit 4 of them. But, it was kind of a quiet double-double for him, if you will. I mean, at this point, it's kind of getting to a point where, like, if Sheway's not doing, like, 15 and 15, I'm looking at it like, it's just a below-average game for him. But he still had an excellent game. He just didn't do normal Sheway impactful numbers like he usually does. But it was kind of weird. We seen some guys we hadn't seen in a while. Collins got a little bit of a run. He played a couple of minutes. He had a nice little moment. I would like to see maybe them give him a little bit more of a chance. It's kind of weird because some of these guys will just pop in and get a little bit of a run, and then, we won't see them again for a while. So probably look to not see Collins for several more games. Onyenso didn't get to play. So, that's just how the cookie crumbles over there right now. Adu got a little bit of clock. He really didn't make much happen. I wonder if Calipari's still having some issues with Adu with his conditioning and his work ethic. Hopefully, he'll get himself together, man, because I still believe that Adu can be a nice asset for us going forward. And, if we ever in situations again where somebody goes down to an injury or they can't perform, we're going to have Adu ready because, we were able to get away with beating Ole Miss with Wallace, but it's going to be a whole lot tougher when we play other people, or other teams, I should say, if Wallace ain't 100% ready to go. Severe didn't really play bad. He played all right. He still did a couple of severe things that I know kind of irked y'all, right? Damn, did he end up having 9 Oh, you said 0 turnovers. Okay. I thought he had 1 turnover at the end there. He might have ended up with 1 turnover if I remember correctly. But this was one of his more solid games. I think he's kind of getting a little bit more comfortable with his role off the bench. I think Daryl, I think we can get Florida. I think we got through the toughest part of our schedule. Like I said, I knew January was going to be rough. There was a couple of things that happened to us I didn't see coming, but I definitely knew it was rough. I thought we had a shot at Kansas. Like I said, I wouldn't be afraid to play Kansas again. I think that if we firing on all cylinders, we can get Kansas. So I feel like this little back stretch of the season, I feel like right now we got a whole lot of winnable games in there. We do got to play Tennessee again, but at least we playing Tennessee at home, so that's going to give us a little bit of an advantage. But we need to beat Tennessee twice because now Tennessee's sitting at number 2. We definitely Ashton, we just played bad against Kansas. We could have beat them though. We shot free throws bad and we didn't hit jump shots hardly at all. So I'm confident that we could definitely give Kansas a run. Yeah, 7 missed free throws, So we definitely we could improve and give them a better contest if we see them again. But I definitely think we can get Florida. I think I gotta check Arkansas out some more because I know in the beginning of the season, Arkansas was looking strong, but then they kind of had some rough patches, just like we did. So I'm not really for sure what exactly Arkansas is looking like lately. So y'all gotta let me know if they've been on point lately or if they kind of falling off. But I'm gonna have to go and watch some highlights of some of their most recent games, or I might have to check them when they play, later this week and see what they looking like, because I ain't really for sure about them. But maybe we might lose to Arkansas, maybe we might lose to Tennessee, but we got to get the others. I forgot who the other 3 are, but Nick Smith Jr. is out. Is that what it is? Has he played at all this year? Like I said, I ain't really been paying attention, but I know in the beginning of the season when I watched him, he wasn't playing. So has he missed the whole season? Oh, they beat A&M tonight. Yeah, I didn't check it out, so I'll probably watch some highlights of that to see what they look like. But yeah, we got some winnable games. Let me look at this schedule real quick. Let's see who we got. So we got Florida. Hold on. Let me look at the schedule. So we got Florida coming up. Then we got Arkansas. Then we got Georgia, then Mississippi State, then Tennessee, Florida again, Auburn, Vandy, and Arkansas. So I definitely hold on, is that right? Am I looking at that correctly? We play Arkansas twice? That's kind of weird. I must be looking at something wrong. Did we play Arkansas twice? Because on here, I'm looking at it showing that we played them twice. They mentioned we have 5 quad 1 games left to improve our seeding. Yeah, we got to do some work because what they got us, they had us last 4 in. Yeah, we play Arkansas twice, yeah. So if you look at it, right, I feel like the only game that I feel like the Auburn game could be a little, Tennessee definitely is going to be a tough one. But at least I know we can beat Tennessee. I'm confident that we should be able to get Georgia again, but I do think it's going to be a little bit tougher this time because I doubt that coach is going to single cover Sheway again like he did the first game because he's not going to let Sheway drop 37 and 25 or whatever it was on him two times in one season. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a different matchup, but I'm still confident that we can beat them. We got Vandy again. I think we got a lot of winnable games in this month of February. And yeah, I definitely feel like this is the time of the season where we got to turn up. And we really got to really like put our foot on the gas and try to get the best seed that we can. Because, if we sitting right there at the last 4, what was it? We the last 4 in. We the last of the 4 in. So any slip up that we have, it's going to put us in a terrible position. So we definitely got to try to, grab a lot of these wins in the last half of this season. Definitely, we still gotta. We need to win against Arkansas both times. We got to get Tennessee again. It'll be an even better win if we beat them now, since technically they're the number 2 team in the country. That would be even better for us. But we can't look past nobody though. Like I said, we got Florida coming up. We got to make sure we get all of these games. Because it's going to be tough on us if we end up losing 10 games, in which I can very well see it could happen. I definitely think the key to this team is Cason Wallace. And I'm probably later tonight or in the morning, I'm a do a video and really get into why I think Cason Wallace is the key. And I'm going to touch on that very heavily. I know a lot of the people that watch my channel have been saying all year long that Cason is the guy. Cason is gonna be the one to lead us, and I 100% agree. So I'm gonna get into that tomorrow. But Sahvir played 33 minutes, 9 assists, even grabbed 4 rebounds. So he definitely stepped up. Now, I still don't want to see, when Cason's back, I still don't want them to play Wheeler a crazy amount of minutes. but I definitely appreciated what he did tonight. Yeah, Ashton Kaysen, we definitely need him out there with his ability to affect the game on both sides of the ball. He just always gets his hands in the passing lanes. He steals a lot of passes. People try to throw over the top of him. So we definitely need that, because we need that to spark the transition. Because one thing that I noticed a whole lot tonight, even though we had some guys cooking, like we had Reeves going crazy, and then we had Toppin and Sheway with a nice supporting cast numbers they was given, 18 and 14. And Kentucky's a lot tougher when they got 2 or 3 guys that go in for around 15 or more points. So they definitely needed all of that to win. But even still though, I seen a lot of times where there was too many guys that was just standing around. They wasn't being aggressive. Livingston wasn't really being aggressive. Yeah. Ashton said Toppin had 18, but I didn't know how he actually had that much. It was kind of quiet. Yeah, it was, especially because in the beginning of the game, like the first half, it seemed like he just wasn't really getting nothing done. Seemed like he was missing a lot of shots. Seemed like he just was kind of off, and then I guess he just started chipping away and just adding a couple here, a couple there, and ended up with 18. But yeah, it wasn't like a super impactful 18, but we definitely needed it. And like I said, the same with Sheway. Like I feel like Sheway's points wasn't really super impactful either. I feel like he just kind of was like started off slow too, the same as Toppin, and then eventually he ended up with some good numbers. But yeah, like I feel like Livingston wasn't really that aggressive. And this game was setting up for Livingston to be aggressive, because Livingston actually played a lot. Like he played 31 minutes. And last game I was surprised because he was playing good. He was playing aggressive, and then he got benched. So I was shocked. So I thought for sure he was going to come out with the same intensity tonight. I thought he was going to be ready to go, ready to, pick up where he left off, so to speak. And then he kind of just went back to that normal passive basketball. And we just got too many guys that when they catch the ball, it's like they catching it to pass it to somebody else. They never really looking to do nothing or make no plays. They just kind of seem like they went back to some of the old robotic stuff. And I feel like you just got to have guys out there that are hungry to make something happen. And I'm not saying every play you get the ball, you got to try to score. But just the whole body language that they have sometimes just kind of irks me. Even when they cut for passes, like they're not running aggressively to the spot to receive the basketball. They kind of they just kind of too nonchalant with some of their passes. Like a lot of times they get some passes stolen because they just being so nonchalant. Like when they trying to do entry passes to the post, just not paying attention, different things like that. So they just got a lot of stuff that they can improve on. And it's just little things like just paying attention, just, making sure everything you do it with a purpose. Like don't never get too relaxed out there, because, one time later in the game, Antonio Reeves had the ball in the corner. And he made like a pass back out to the top of the key. And then some dude, I forgot who it was, he shot through and stole the ball from Toppin and went down and dunked. And I was just like, damn, Reeves, like you got to pay more attention to, like, you got to be able to see what's going on, or you can't make the pass right there. Like if you don't see it unfolding, then you got to just like hang on to it for a little bit more. Like you can't just get scared and just rush everything or just take for granted that the defense ain't going to try to shoot through the passing lane. I think that's what they do a lot. A lot of times they just play lackadaisical. But they just not play. Like a lot of players out there just move around too soft. Like they not making hard cuts. Like if you make a hard cut, when the defender is chasing you, he probably going to run into you and foul you, just because if you running hard, he got to run even harder to stay with you. But if you just casually walking around, you ain't really putting no pressure on the defense. You're not making them think. You're not making them react. And then a lot of the times, you're going to end up, and whenever you do receive the ball, you're going to be in a position where it's just so easy for them to defend you that you're just not going to be able to do anything with it. And that's what happened a whole lot. And that's why I liked when Reed started being a little bit aggressive. He was, utilizing the pick and roll. Like I said, I love pick and roll basketball. I'm always encouraging that. I wish that I would have practiced pick and roll more when I was younger. I came up in that era where everybody was trying to do isolation basketball, and isolation is cool, but I wish that I would have utilized pick and roll basketball a whole lot more. And that's one of the biggest weaknesses of Kentucky's defense is pick and roll. Like, Kentucky just can't figure it out. Every once in a while, you'll get them and they might make a mistake or get a break. But there was too many times over the last couple of games where they have gotten, gave up easy baskets because they don't know how to defend the pick and roll. They really got to work on that big time. Because they just give up too many layups. Like, if you forcing a team to take a whole lot of jump shots or even threes and they hit them, sometimes it just ain't really nothing you can do about that. You just gotta, play the best D you can and hope that they miss some of them. But giving up easy layups is just crazy to me. You can't do that 4 to 5 times every game and expect to win, because a lot of the times when they get caught in those positions, they end up fouling anyway. So you giving up layups and ones and all of that stuff, and it just gets wild. So they just got to do a better job, to me, of making sure they in the right spots. A lot of times a lot of times they don't understand where they supposed to be or how they supposed to, like, I know it was a couple times where, like, they were confused about how they were going to handle the screens. Like, one player would go to switch and the other player would stay home instead of switching, and then they would give up open shots. Or like one time, I think Sheway was trying to cover for CJ, and then Sheway backed up off of the defender before CJ fully recovered, and they got an easy jump shot. So it's just a whole lot of things like that they got to clean up. And if they do clean some of that stuff up and they get on point with the defense and things like that, then I think they could make a nice little run going into March. But they got to clean that stuff up. Yeah, Ashton. It was good to see Collins get a little bit of run. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was Collins, though, I probably would go on and transfer, because I think if he wants to try to become a professional player, he's going to have to go to a program that actually needs him to start so that he can play through his mistakes and learn on the court. I'm sure he's gotten a little better from practicing at Kentucky, but, you can't really improve too much if you're just sitting on the bench. Like, you got to get out there in the game and figure out some stuff, figure out your weaknesses on the court, and you learn from your mistakes and different things like that. So, honestly, I feel like Collins should go on and just look for another spot. But it was good. It was definitely good to see him get out there and get a nice little dunk. I think he's like one of the most freakish athletes that's came through Kentucky in a while. So I actually root for him, man. I like Collins. I was glad that he decided to come back. And I wish that he would have got a little bit more of a run. But unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like he'd be, it'd be in his personal best interest to maybe move on. But we get in these situations where we might need him. I just hope I hope everybody that's over there that, don't get to play a whole lot is still locked in mentally. I hope that they, they prepared to step up and play and contribute if ever we should need them, because you just never know with these injuries and different things like that. And, like I said, tonight we didn't have Kaysen, and it showed. Some guys stepped up, which was wonderful, but it's definitely, it definitely is a glaring hole out there on both sides of the ball when Kaysen is not there. And I don't think that we can make no significant run without him. We need him to really step up even more. Like, he's played well, but he's got to turn it up a notch. I think he's the key to our success. And like I said, I'm gonna do a video all about how why I feel that way. But yeah, it was a ugly game, and we won. That's pretty much the only way I can look at it to say, I'm glad that we got the victory. I didn't, it was looking a little dicey in the first half, like it was gonna be a nail biter. And I was like, man, they can't let this one slip. We got to get this one. So, you know, fortunately for us, we got it. That's about all that I could have hoped for. And then, like I said, around the 10-minute mark was when I felt like we kind of took control of the game and was able to make enough plays to put it away. We had a couple of little moments at the end of the game where, we was kind of getting trapped in the backcourt. It was looking kind of funny, but we did a okay enough job at protecting the ball and shooting free throws. So we were able to, close the game out. And like I said, we got to shout out Reeves, man, because Reeves is pretty much the reason we won. If he didn't play as well as he played, we would have lost again. So he definitely, did his thing, and hopefully, he can continue it on, man. Like I said, we need the great thing about it was he actually shot the three ball good again. We ain't seen him really get busy with the threes, for a while like that, but he was actually 6 for 7. So if we can get something close to that every night, man, that would be extremely helpful going forward. And then, like I said, at some point, hopefully, CJ, once his hand heals, we'll get him back to shooting the ball good. And if we can get both of them shooting the ball great and get Kaysen back, we could still we could still be tough. Like, I don't want to count us out. Like I said, I think we're going to be a tough out for anybody. We could get put in a bad situation where we could end up losing the first round again, but we could also get put in a situation where we could be a scary, upset alert team for somebody else. So, hopefully, however it works out, if we get in the tournament, we can make a run. I feel like it's not a whole lot of consistently good teams this year. It just kind of seemed like everybody's had some struggles at some point in this season. So it doesn't make me feel extremely bad because I feel like Kentucky's not the only team that's going through this. Everybody kind of, just sharing sharing the same struggles. The top 25 is constantly changing every week, from the top to the bottom. Not just the bottom. Everybody's fighting, and people are getting kicked out. People losing their spots. New people are taking over, and it's just like a never-ending, circumstance where everybody's just getting their opportunity to hold the title for a little while. And we just got to see. It would be nice. Now I feel a whole lot more confident about us making a little noise in the SEC tourney. At first, I didn't think they was capable of stringing a few games together, but now I done seen them win 4 in a row. So now I'm a little bit more confident that they could actually do something. We still got to wait and see. We still gotta. I would still like to see them put another little run together just so I could feel like it wasn't a fluke and it's more of a consistency thing with the team. But I definitely think I'm a lot more confident that they can do a little something in the tournament. I don't know if we can win the SEC tournament, but you never know. Just kind of, you got to wait and see how it unfolds. I still think the SEC is one of the best basketball conferences this year, even though some of the other teams like Arkansas and, obviously Kentucky fell off a little bit more than people thought. But, you still got Bama, you still got Tennessee. So, let me see. Yeah, we could have been 6 in a row. We just, the Kansas one. Oh man, that was a disappointing one because I feel like we came out the gate and we played hella good in the beginning. We were playing defense, we was running, we was scoring. And I just don't feel like Kansas is that much better than us. Like they might be slightly better than us, but I don't feel like Kansas is one of them ones that I just feel like, man, we just ain't nothing we can do with them. I feel like we can get them. And I feel like we slipped up and we gave them one that we should have had. Like we should have had beat them back to back in, last year and this year. That one was disappointing because they didn't play good. Let me say it like this: neither one of us really played bad, but we just did not make shots and we did not make free throws. Yeah. We've been super inconsistent with threes the whole season. Like we'll have some games like tonight where, we ain't going. Let me see. Overall, we probably shot. If I'm looking at the three ball, well, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only person that hit a three, it was Reeves, honestly. So I ain't gonna. As a team, we might have actually. Nah, yeah, we still. Yeah, if it wasn't for Reeves, we would have shot terrible again from three. Let me see if I can find out what we actually shot as a team from three. Free throws, though, we did shoot 82%. That's encouraging for real. Yeah, we ended up shooting 50% from three because of Reeves. If it wasn't for him, we would have been like, for whatever. But we ended up shooting 50%. We shot 82 from free throws. And as a team, we shot 48% from the field. So that's actually encouraging. If we can do something similar to that every night, that would be wonderful, actually. And we started. I think we only had 32 points at halftime, so we were struggling at halftime, to be honest. We out rebounded Mississippi. They had one more assist than us, but we still had 17 assists. We can't block no shots though. That's one thing that hurts, is we just don't got that rim protector. And as much as people run the pick and roll against us, not having that rim protector really hurts because it's just like a alley-oop fest sometimes. And, like Kansas threw a whole lot of alley-oops. They didn't dunk all of them, but, they threw enough of them. And even if they didn't get the dunk, they still caught the ball, gathered themselves, and laid it up a lot of the times with and one play. So it kind of does hurt with us not having a rim protector. But I think we just got to clean up a lot of stuff. Like I keep saying, if we clean up the free throws, if we can get close to shooting like 70 to 80% from free throws as a team every night, that would be wonderful. I know we're not going to shoot 50% from three as a team every game, but if we could shoot in the 40s, that would be lovely. And, do about what we did from the field, that would be great. Yeah. Definitely Onyenso and Collins definitely can block shots, but yeah, it's just they just ain't ready. I don't know if Collins, like I said, I don't know if Collins will ever be ready at Kentucky. He might have to move on to get himself ready. I think Onyenso definitely next year. I think he'll improve a lot, and then we'll have Bradshaw as well. So we'll have some decent length again around the bucket. And I think if Onyenso really takes his conditioning and strength serious over the off season, I think, man, he will be a whole lot more effective. Because I think it's just right now he's just so young, and like sometimes I be forgetting that he's technically supposed to be in high school. So he might just not be ready because physically he just ain't developed enough. So hopefully he'll get in the gym a lot and work on his game and work on his body and come back ready next season. And hopefully Bradshaw is doing the same thing this year in high school. so that he's ready to play as soon as he gets here. But yeah, we gotta get some rim protection, but it just don't look like we're gonna have it this season. But that's one of the things that definitely hurts this team. Because sometimes we play some great defense on the perimeter, but still, like, if they miss shots and get an offensive rebound, it's like we don't got nobody that can basically defend the paint off broken plays around the bucket. Because Oscar does the greatest job you can think of as far as keeping people from getting offensive rebounds with the way he cleans up the glass. But once they get an offensive rebound, he ain't really going to be able to do much to try to help to stop them from getting putbacks. He probably going to end up fouling, which is what happens a lot. So, he does the best that he can do. A lot of times, though, Oscar gets stuck down there underneath the basket trying to rebound by himself, though. That's one of the things that kind of irks me sometimes is when I look and see he's just down there by himself. Everybody's standing on the perimeter. He's battling 2 or 3 guys. Like, somebody's going to always have to be more aware of that and try to help him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect him to get the rebound against 2 or 3 guys every single time. Now, he'll definitely do it sometimes, but he ain't going to be able to do it every single play. So we definitely we got to just make sure that we take care of like I said, we just got to be smarter. Like, they gotta really start watching film, man. Some of these kids just gotta watch film on their own and try to study what's happening so that they can be aware and have more instincts to be in the right places at the right time. Like I said, they gotta take a whole lot of the other parts of the game serious. Like, when you making cuts and different things like that, you gotta make sure that you're doing that aggressively and with a purpose. When you get the ball in your hand, you got to make moves to try to throw the defense off. Like, you can't just catch the ball and the defense know that you just catching it to pass it to somebody else. Like, you have to you got to keep the defense on their heels, so to speak, and just make sure that, that they got to respect what's going on out there. But anyways, I guess there ain't really too much more to say about it. I'll go on and wrap it up. Like I said, I'm going to work on a video tonight or in the morning about Cason Wallace. I'm going to go into depth about why I think he's the key to our success and why that he could actually Daryl, definitely. Before I go, definitely. Ty. And I thought about Ty this year because I've been checking out Ty in the G League, and Ty has been actually, like, his game's been coming alive. Like, Ty this year is good enough that if he played on this team this year, I think they could win the championship, because Ty was already decent last year. Like, Ty was good enough to be a first-round draft pick last year. He ended up slipping further than I thought he would slip. But, if Ty was playing point guard, and then he had Cason Wallace and Reeves or Frederick and then Livingston, any combination of them people, with Toppin and Sheboy, man, I seen that. I've been watching him, Daryl. He been killing the G League, man. Like, I think at some point he's going to be a decent enough guard to, I don't know if he'll be able to start in the NBA, but I think he'll definitely can at least be a quality backup, depending on how much better he gets over the next couple of years. But he definitely is improving a lot, though. He's good enough in the G League now where they pretty much can't keep him from, he's probably going to get 25, 30 on any given night in the G League. And, like you just pointed out, he's capable of exploding, and it kind of, like I said, I had talked about that with a couple of people this season about how, if we had him on this year's team, man, they could have been something serious. Because people just don't understand how much better some of these guys get from one year to the next. Like, a lot of the times it makes Calipari look bad because, like, when you look at the talented players that he had on the team and then you see him progress over the next couple of years, and then you be like, man, like, but Houston was a bad spot for Ty. Yeah, I thought so too. because they already got some young guards. So I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, damn, that's not really the greatest place for him to land because they already got some younger guys in that spot. So it's like they probably not really looking to replace any of those guys at this point. So I definitely didn't really love him going to Houston, just because if you go to a bad team with a late pick, they probably already got young guys that they've invested a lot of money in, that's who they going to ride with in the future. So hopefully Ty either break through or, he can move on to another spot that's a better fit for him. I would like to see that. But back to what I was saying, though, it just kind of sucks because when you see these guys improve and you just realize, like, man, if he would have been on the team this year, then we would have been straight. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah. But anyways, like I said, man, I'm gonna go on and wrap it up right here. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I'm gonna try to work and get this other video out in the morning. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all next time. We'll do it again. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson, and we out of here.